Welcome back, folks.
Hello.
Sanity check. Can skill at 8.
This is we're gonna touch upon this fucking follow-up story.
A little bit of a rarity here. A serial killer who's a chick.
Yeah.
So basically,
we had done this story earlier about the Craigslist killer, the girl and her newlywed husband that lured this dude with a Craigslist ad into a car, and I believe the husband put a pipe or something. He basically strangled the guy and pinned him back while she stabbed the guy up and killed him. But it turns out that this was not her first trip to the dance. Apparently, she's killed more than 22 people, and in one story that I read, she said she can't even remember the exact number. She don't even know. But Miranda Barber, 19, the woman charged with murder of a man using Craigslist, has admitted to killing in an interview from jail. So this is one of those stories where I think we have to. Well, I'm pretty sure somebody has done this. The whole thing, we naturally assume a serial killer is one particular type. Mm-hmm. And clearly she's broken the mold. And there's been other serial killers. I think that movie Monster was about a woman that kept killing dudes and stuff like that. But this, I mean, she there's some cultist angle here.
Yeah, needless to say that this wasn't one of those, well, we don't understand. She was just always such a happy, go-lucky girl.
No.
She contends that she was sexually assaulted at the age of 4. Then Barbara told the Daily Item that she only killed bad people and was brought up in a satanic cult by a man she would not identify after joining them at the age of 13. It was this individual who introduced her to killing. She killed most of her victims in Alaska, apparently. During her time in the cult, Barbara claims that at one point she fell pregnant and was subjected to a dangerous in-house abortion by members after they drugged her and tied her to a bed.
What the fuck is that? What did they do? Jump up and stomp her belly? What the fuck?
Again, she then most of her murders were committed in Alaska, but she has also killed in North Carolina, Texas, and California. But this I swear to you, this.
I'm sorry, I just got to read this one line.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I just got to read this one line. Ask why she pleaded not guilty to the LaFara murder. She replied, "I didn't want to." This is just flat out. I didn't want to.
Well, yeah, she goes on to say that she was going to plead guilty, but her lawyer jumped up and grabbed the microphone and said not guilty.
Whatever. I mean, I just, you're going to plead insanity or something, She's pleading not guilty and she still got gore all over her fucking hands from this dude's giblets. Okay, whatever.
But I also always say I'm fairly astounded whenever people get tracked down for murders. And the reason why is because, and actually this helps supports, some, I'm like, they say the best crime is the one that has no motive.
Yeah, no motive.
So, I mean, in this, when you travel and, if you travel by train or whatever, and you just see miles and miles and miles of nothing.
I'm pretty sure there's a lot of cases that are unsubs because remember that movie Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer with Michael Rooker?
I actually never saw it.
Oh, you never saw it? Yeah, it was funny. There's a scene where he drops a TV on this motherfucker's head. It was funny. But, the whole thing is, spoilers, he gets away with it at the end because his whole thing was he would never do the same thing twice.
Right.
He would I'll shoot you, stab you, strangle you, push you down a flight of stairs, whatever. It never stayed in any place long. Never and the dude got away with it. That movie ends and this guy is still among us. And I'm like, because he had no MO.
So, here's this chick who's just 19 now, has killed at least 22 people. And, in
6 years.
And do you know how she got caught? I didn't get to that part.
Well, I can't, I forgot how it happened. We have to go back over our own stories and shit. But however, she got caught. Whatever it was, to me, the whole thing was, I wanted to know how long she was using Craigslist. Did the person because the interesting thing here is the cult leader that she has, refused to name.
Christ.
How this person, indoctrinated her into this whole thing. Was she, a sociopathic personality beforehand? Did he turn her? And how many other agents does he have out there in the world?
Right.
What's going on with that? So I think that's an interesting angle that, hopefully they delve into. And also, embracing, I guess, technology, using Craigslist, what other techniques has these people used to get their victims? Because apparently, it's not like they did anything specific to this person. They just thrill killed him. They thrill killed him and was out. So did this person teach them in a way to where they just have to kill, or is there any ritual that we just haven't, that I guess the investigators or the whatever didn't pick up on yet, like take a fingernail or whatever it is? Because, I'm thinking, if I'm a cult leader, why would I, just tell somebody, I just want you to kill randomly, just kill. Is there a bigger picture? So I think there's going to be a lot coming out of this. I'm pretty sure somebody's probably going to figure out a movie or
without question.
Everything, because this is very interesting.
Without question. So yeah, I think the story that we may have done with the guy, they said they were choking, they held him with a cable cord while his petite bespectacled spouse repeatedly stabbed him. La Ferrera's body was discovered the next morning in the alley. After dumping her victim's body, they went to Walmart to buy garbage bags. Where was that?
Yes, they went to get garbage bags, and they went to the club afterwards to celebrate this dude's birthday, her husband's birthday. So that's.
Oh yeah, she said in an interview that she doesn't want to get out of jail, and that she would kill again if she were released.
Kill again.
That's right. She team up with Steve Chase.
Oh man, kill it.
These confessions from Barbara follow the graphic details she gave the police about married Troy Ferrera's last moments. Barbara told police that in December that La Ferrera was still alive and choking and gasping for air as her and her husband tried to find somewhere to dump his body after stabbing him 20 times. Initially, Miranda told police that she killed La Ferrera in self-defense after he started to grope her. But her 22-year-old husband, Elliot Barber, gave police a different story, saying that they conspired to kill a stranger together, and he helped hold Ferrera down while his wife wielded the knife.
Now, here's another thing that I wonder if they're going to touch upon. This was his first kill.
Right.
So she maybe turned him.
Possibly.
Because most people, when you think about this, once again, you think of the man being the killer. I remember we referenced Mickey and Mallory the last time, the fictional killers from Natural Born Killers. And, it was obviously within this woman's personality, but, the guy was the one that was pushing the agenda. And clearly this woman was a vet of killing. And she, probably, put it in his mind, and then, like, since they were already in love, there was the emotions involved, and turned this dude into a situation where he could open up his mind, if he wasn't already receptive, to actually killing somebody. I mean, this is a very, very, very fascinating case, and I can only imagine what's going to come out in the future with this case. I mean, I just like these cases where you can really do a really good psychological profile on people.
Because I mean, this one goes deep back to this woman's childhood, where clearly things weren't going right from the giddy up.
Yeah.
Again, what you're saying was interesting. Like, how many people would have been turned? Was she predisposed in some way? Again, like we mentioned before, was it Carl Kuklinski? Or George Kuklinski, the Iceman killer.
Yeah, or whatever his name is. Yeah.
In his psychological interview, they determined that he was, again, a perfect storm. He got abused by his father, and cigarettes burned on him, and getting his ass beaten on a regular basis. However, he had a personality that is shared by individuals like firemen, race car drivers, stuntmen. There's a natural resistance to fear, a natural thrill seek, a natural attraction to danger, and so you put that. So again, if you wasn't abused, he may have turned his attention towards one of the aforementioned occupations, but being abused and battered and fucked up, just led him to to be a serial killer that had no qualms about killing, no remorse.
That was one of the most chilling, when he said he scared himself. When he said that when his first hit was he double barrel shotgunned some dude in the head. Well, I think he said he was on his bike and he went by the guy, just double barreled him. And he said the guy's head blew up like a watermelon hitting the ground. And he was like, it didn't bother him at all. But he said when he took some of his other victims, he decided to, just be a little bit creative, and he fed one guy to some rats. He tied him to a chair, fed him to the rats, and recorded it. And he said he would watch it after the fact, and it didn't bother him at all. And he said that's when he had pause. He was like, yo, wait a second, this should bother me. The rats is burrowing through somebody's eye sockets to get to their brains or whatever, and a person screaming at Christ, help me, whatever. And he's like, it had didn't register at all. I mean, I guess he was, once again, we were talking about occupations earlier on the show. That's the kind of person, if you were to enlist a hitman, that's the kind of person you want. You don't want a person that's going to have second thoughts or start humanizing the victim, thinking about the person's family and all those other kinds of. You want a person that can do what they need to do and go about their life, so they won't attract suspicion. So, these are very, very, very interesting cases, and I'm definitely going to follow this case because I hope that they really do a really good breakdown of this woman's personality, and hopefully can get to find out who this cult leader is. Or if they can get at least if she doesn't dime him out, at least to find out what type of cult it is and what type of things they went through and so on and so forth. That I think it'll be really, really interesting.
We'll keep an eye on this one.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll be back in a couple minutes.
We're trying to make it better.